What it is, my friends? How you guys doing today? Hope you guys had a great week so far. It's been a pretty good month for movies for the month of January. Um, so I'm gonna give you guys my January ranking for new releases, movies that I saw this month, which are a total of 11. So I've got a ranking for all 11 movies, from my least favorite to my absolute favorite for the month. Um, Now, keep in mind, I didn't get to watch every new release that came out this month. That was wide release, so you won't see Infinity Pool on here, which is a movie that I want to check out, but I just haven't had a chance to because it's not playing in a theater near me. So uh, I'm hoping I'll be able to see it sometime next month, and then I'll have that in a future ranking. So without further ado, let's get to the ranking.
Is it time to leave?
I heard gunshots coming from across the canyon.
Why didn't you wake me?
Gunshots might have a way of speeding some folks up, but they have a nasty habit of slowing other folks down.
Number 11, The Old Way. This is Nicolas Cage's newest movie. It came out earlier this month. Nicolas Cage stars as Colton Briggs as a kind of a cold-blooded gunslinger who murders a man, and then several years later, he's now a family man with a wife and a 12-year-old daughter, played by Ryan Keane Armstrong. Uh, the son of the man that he murdered years earlier has returned for revenge. So now after he kills his after the son kills his wife, he teams up with his 12-year-old daughter to get revenge of his own, basically going back to his old ways because he's allegedly reformed now after so many years, and now he's having to go back to his old self and carry out this plan of revenge. Nicolas Cage. I mean, he's good in it. He's fine. He doesn't give that over the top performance like he usually does, which is I thought was kind of cool. Ryan Keane Armstrong is pretty solid in it, and there is a solid supporting cast with Clint Howard is in it. Abraham Ben Ruby, who I think is severely underrated. He was in George the Jungle, Without Paddle, and um, the Christmas Bloody Christmas that just come out last year as the robotic killer Santa. And I thought he was really good in that. But yeah, that's just The Old Way. Is just nothing new. It's fine. It wasn't a terrible movie. Number 10, House Party. So I had never seen the original before, so I finally got to watch it, and I absolutely loved it. I saw the so I wanted to watch the remake, so I checked out the remake and didn't care for it at all. Basically, it's these two club promoters who are also house cleaning, work for a house cleaning service, and they end up losing their jobs, so they're basically broke now. So they decide to. It just so happens the house that they were cleaning currently is LeBron James's house. So they get the crazy idea to throw a party and charge people money in order to make money off of it, and throw a party at LeBron James's house. Now this is just a crazy, messed up idea that he thinks would work, and of course it doesn't. But yeah, I mean, this definitely is not as good as the original. I know it's taken me many years to watch the original, and I absolutely loved it. This, however, it's not that great. There are some funny moments. I mean, Jacob Lattimore is okay, but they lack the charm and the chemistry that Kid and Play had, and just that LeBron James, he shows up like the last 20 minutes of the movie, and it's ridiculous, how he reacts to it, and he would. I mean, if you've seen the movie, that he only sends the one guy to jail. I think anybody, if you throw a party at a celebrity's house, yeah, they're gonna arrest everybody, not just one person. So I mean, it just and the fact that he wasted time by playing him in a game of basketball. I mean, it just makes no sense. But that's why it's just it's just not that great of a movie. It's a real disappointment.
Wait, I have a demon sword.
Wait, so can I play now that he's put his card on, or do we have to wait for this guy to go? You had two demons?
I'm gonna referee.
You can't. It's not that complicated. Unless you get the Rabbit Queen. That changes everything.
Ooh, what happens if you get the Rabbit Queen?
You don't want to know.
Number 9, there's something wrong with the children. So, this is a horror thriller that basically follows two couples, one with kids, one without, and they are in the woods on vacation, and they had 2 cabins, and they stumble onto this like pit, and the kids soon become obsessed with it, and they're pretty much drawn to the whole thing, and then eventually they become possessed by some kind of entity or whatever, and you see like these green eyes or whatever, and at some point in the movie, and then Ben, who is one of the boyfriend of one of the couples, begins to suspect something strange is going on, and there's something up with the kids. Nobody else believes him, but he just can't shake that feeling. And I mean, I was really disappointed with this movie. I mean, this wasn't a movie that it was on my radar either, but it shows a hint. There's a clever premise to it. There really is. It was really interesting, and just the way it was executed was very, very poorly, because there is hints of something that it could be wrong with them, but it's never actually revealed. That's the problem with this movie. That's the issue I have with it, is that it's not really so scary. It's not really that scary at all. The performances I thought were really good, but the fact that there was just no actual resolution, nothing was revealed to say what is wrong with the kids. Nothing is said. So I just pretty much I felt that there was something wrong with the children was a waste of 90 minutes. So yeah, that's why it's just. And there was some potential there. There was something there. I didn't like it at all.
Get out of the car now! You got any idea how fast you was going?
Nope, speedo pegs at 90, so getting an accurate read after that's a no-go. If I ever hear that you pulled your weapon on a traffic stop again, you and I will have a problem.
Yes, ma'am.
Number 8, The Hammer. So this is a Lifetime TV movie that premiered earlier this month. It stars Reba McEntire as this lawyer who who's replacing a judge that was murdered or that was killed, and she's having to move to Las Vegas, and she's like a traveling judge. She's having to go from like one city to the next between Las Vegas and Reno, I believe it is, and over the course of the next few days, she starts to investigate when her sister, played by Melissa Peterman, her former co-star on Reba, is actually accused of the murder, the judge's murder, and so now Reba she finds herself being stalked by whoever the killer is, and so she's trying to investigate to try to clear her sister's name. I actually really enjoyed this movie. I really did. Reba McEntire was great in it. I thought she was entertaining. She was funny. There are some funny moments in it, but it plays out kind of like a thriller, a regular Lifetime thriller, and it's a very enjoyable one. I really enjoyed her performance, Melissa Peterman. I thought that Rex Lynn, her real life boyfriend, is also in it. I thought he was really good. There were actually some hints. I mean, it kind of made me think about who the killer was. It kind of made me think that maybe he was, or somebody else. I really enjoyed it.
Okay, here's the plan. He comes in. He's gonna think we're in the shower. Then I jump up and trap him in the net.
Oh my god, that's an amazing plan.
Yes.
No!
You ever tried to get out of a net? It's very hard to get out of a net.
Oh, about this? I spray him in the eyes.
How is hairspray in the eyes better than a net over his head? That's actually. You spray that, I'll light the match. It'll be like a flamethrower.
It won't work.
Why?
Too many steps.
It's 2 steps. It's 2 steps. Flamethrower, net.
Tom, because bullets shoot through net.
Technically, yeah.
Technically.
Technically, he won't be able to shoot straight because he'll be all fucking wrapped up in the net.
I swear to God, if you say net one more time.
Number 7, Shotgun Wedding. So I caught this this past weekend. Actually, last Friday it was. Yeah, last Friday actually. And this is a action romantic comedy starring Jennifer Lopez, Josh Duhamel, and Jennifer Coolidge, Cheech Marin, and several others. Basically, this is this couple has gathered their family and friends in the Philippines for their wedding when a band of modern day pirates have taken their friends and family hostage, and so now they have to spring into action, try to take matters in their own hands and try to save them. And I really enjoyed this movie. I really did. They're great performances from Jennifer Lopez and Josh Duhamel. I thought Lenny Kravitz's casting was kind of off. It was weird, but I thought he was cool. You know, it was a surprise. If you haven't seen it yet, I'm sorry, but my review is that he is actually the main villain, sort of, but it's not revealed till later. But there were some really good action stunts. Really, some small, really cool action scenes. What was it? But yeah, what was it? But yeah, I think one of the main criticisms was that some of the characters made some really bad decisions. Also, I didn't mention this in my review, but these pirates, they looked like they were from Mortal Kombat, like Mortal Kombat. Like this movie looked like it was a wedding inside a Mortal Kombat movie or a Mortal Kombat video game. But anyway, aside from that, there were some pretty cool action scenes, and I really enjoyed Shotgun Wedding. If you haven't seen it yet, if you're a hardcore, you really love Jennifer Lopez and her rom-com movies, I would recommend checking this out.
Mira told me that you gave up a job in finance so you could start a podcast.
Life is short and you gotta follow your dream.
How are you gonna support my daughter by following a dream?
I am gonna give it everything I have.
That sounds like some white boy shit.
I'll give it everything I've got.
I'm gonna give it everything I have.
All for one and one for all.
Wow, that's a good, not impression, but that's a good evaluation of how I said that.
Number 6, You People. So, I caught this this past weekend. Also, this is a romantic comedy that stars Eddie Murphy, Jonah Hill, Lauren London, Julia Louis-Dreyfus, David Duchovny. This is basically follows a young couple played by Jonah Hill and Lauren London, who suddenly pretty much hit it off pretty quickly, and decide to introduce their parents and their families to each other, and their families are from different backgrounds, and it basically becomes a clash of cultures, and the question is, can their relationship last through it? And this was actually, I really enjoyed this movie, for the most part. Like I said, I have one real issue I have in this whole movie, and I'll get to that in just a second. But I enjoyed the performances from Jonah Hill and Lauren London and Eddie Murphy. I thought he was terrific. It was really fun. It was really cool to see him in this. The chemistry between Jonah Hill and Lauren London was great. My only real criticism for this movie is just the racial yes, commentary, the racially offensive commentary, dished out by one certain character for the most part, And if you say it, you know how I'm talking about, Julia Louis-Dreyfus. But yeah, that was every time that she opened her mouth and she started saying something like that, I'm just like, oh. But yeah, it was like, oh my god. But anyway, I really enjoyed You People. If you haven't seen it yet, it is the number one trending movie on Netflix now. But I enjoyed it for the most part, aside from that one little issue. But yeah, You People on Netflix, go check it out.
Village is 2 kilometers in that direction.
No, you can't just ask for them back.
You're the military man. I was hoping you'd have some ideas. Thank you for helping.
Priests in the Legion used to say, redemption can only be found in the most unusual places.
Number 5, Plane. So this action thriller stars Gerard Butler as a pilot who has taken a flight on on New Year's Eve, and now has a bunch of passengers that he's having to transport. But also discovers he has to transport a prisoner who's been accused of murder, and unfortunately his crew and his passengers have run into this torrential storm that has caused him to have to make an emergency landing in the Philippines. And so after landing, he and his group of passengers and his crew discover that they are being held hostage by a band of terrorists. And now Gerard Butler has to count on an unlikely partner in Mike Coulter, who's the criminal, to help rescue the passengers and try to get out safely. And this was a very fun movie. I really enjoyed this. I thought Gerard Butler was fucking badass. Mike Coulter was badass. He was really good. I love the performances from both of them. You have some really good support as well from Tony Goldwyn. I thought he was really good as the kind of the head of the communications center that's kind of helping trying to get Gerard Butler and his crew out of there. I also love Danielle Pineda. She was really good in as well as the head stewardess. She kind of but yeah. Like I said, they're all terrific standouts. Like I said, this is a very fun movie. If you haven't seen it yet, I highly suggest go and check this out. But yeah, I had this kind of high. I gave this a 3.5 star rating out of 5. Because it's a damn lot of fun. It's a damn lot of fun. So go check it out.
Hi, hello? Hi,
Hola, ¿me escuchas?
Oh, hi, yes, hi, Javier.
Javi, porfa. Lo siento, pero loro viejo no aprende a hablar.
Number 4, Missing. So, this is the spiritual sequel to Searching that came out in 2018. This follows a teenager whose mother goes on vacation with her boyfriend to Colombia, and her mother turns up missing, and so now her daughter is pretty much stuck thousands of miles away with nothing but a computer, which is what she uses, and she uses her wits to go on the computer and try to figure out how to find her, and she has to dodge the all the red tape that's preventing her to dive deeper into this. And as she does, she discovers a lot more secrets and things that she never knew before. She also has the help of this tasker who I thought was, played by, let's see, what was his? Played by Joaquin Del Almeida. And I thought he was really good. I thought the conversations that he had with her throughout this journey, and this and trying to find her mom, I thought was really good. Like I said, Nia Long, she's really good in this as her mother. I thought Ken Loon was great in this as well. I know him from the Rush Hour movies. Like I said, this was a very smart thriller. I was very impressed with it. Honestly, didn't think that it was going to be as good as Searching, but honestly, I think it's just as good as Searching. I mean, I didn't expect it to get the reviews that it has, and I really enjoyed it. I thought that Storm Reed done a terrific job, and I'm really interested to see what she does next.
Fuck it. Give me the knife. Give me the knife. Hello? Where did he go? I don't like this.
Number 3, Sick. So this is the newest slasher film from that was written by Kevin Williamson, who we all know from the Scream franchise. This follows a college student who, along with her best friend, go to a secluded cabin. I guess you could say a cabin to quarantine for COVID. But while their plans to have a peaceful quarantine vacation are shredded when a masked killer begins to stalk them. And this was a very smart movie. It's the simple plot. It's straightforward. It's simple. This was very good. And there are some great performances in this movie by Gideon Adelin, and Jane Addams is great at it. She appears toward the end of the movie. I thought she was really good. Bethlehem Million is really good as her friend, and Mark Menchaca is also great, who's actually the killer, or one of the killers. He was also in another movie that is directed by the same guy that directed this, which was John Hyams, who is the son of Peter Hyams, who directed one of my favorite creature features, The Relic. This is a great slasher movie. You can tell that it has that Kevin Williamson touch, and I was actually very surprised that it only bookends the whole COVID situation at the beginning and at the end, which I didn't have a problem with. I really didn't. And I loved how the twist is, and how the twist is explained, and how it come about, and I was like, yeah, that is awesome. But yeah, Sick, a very good movie. One of my favorites horror films of the year so far.
Now you listen to me. You have given birth to 2 children. You learned a new language. You will have no problem learning how to drive. So, clutch, shift, gas, drive. Que bueno.
So, number 2 is A Man Called Otto. Now, Tom Hanks stars as Otto Anderson, a widower who is adjusting to life after his wife's death, who finds his life turned upside down when a woman, a very quick-witted and pregnant woman, moves in next door with her husband and her kids. And they basically begin this newfound friendship together, and it's pretty much turns his entire life upside down, and may actually change him for the better. He's like this. He's grumpy. He's the he's the neighborhood curmudgeon. You know, he wants everything his way, and people can't stand. Everyone just can't stand it, and he can't stand them. But the more they interact and, you know, talk to each other and spend time together and everything, the more she kind of begins to strip away those grumpy layers and see Otto for what he really is. This was a really good movie. It is happy. I mean, it's funny. It's happy. It's sad. You will laugh. You will cry. There is just a lot of moments in here that's, you know, I couldn't stop laughing, and a lot of other moments where I was just like, you know, my heart was getting hit pretty hard, you know, because it can be really emotional. Is it oversappy? Maybe, but I think it's one of Tom Hanks' best performances, and if you haven't seen it yet, I highly recommend seeing it. I wasn't gonna see it. That was another movie that wasn't really on my radar, but I was like, you know what, I like Tom Hanks. I gotta go see it, and I'm glad I did because I absolutely loved it.
If she comes in this room, I'll rip your head right off your neck, I swear to God.
I thought about what you said.
So that's what I'm trying to do.
But don't come in here, Katie. It's kind of a mess.
Aunt Jem is right, Katie. I'm all odds and ends right now. I'd really rather you didn't see me like this. It sounds like you're fighting.
We're not fighting!
Gemma just dropped me on the table. But I'm okay. Clumsy Gemma.
And finally, we're at my number one pick, and it is none other than Megan. Yes, this is the biggest surprise so far in 2023. So Megan is the newest horror sci-fi / comedy thriller that stars Allison Williams and Violet McGraw. Williams plays Gemma, a brilliant roboticist who creates an AI doll called Megan, which stands for Model 3 Generative Android. And she gifts it to her young niece, Katie, who has just lost her parents in a horrible car crash involving a snowplow. Megan is designed to be every kid's best friend and greatest companion, but eventually Megan begins to become obsessed with Katie and vows to protect her from anything and anyone at all costs. So, yes, I absolutely love this movie. This is definitely in the running for the best horror film of the year so far. And I know it's just January, but hey, you know, there are a lot of other horror movies that are coming out that I am actually really excited for. Scream 6, Evil Dead Rise. But right now, Megan is my number one right now, and I absolutely dug this movie. I'm actually very surprised that it did get the reviews it did. Great performances from Allison Williams, Violet McGraw, but it's Amy Donald and Jenna Davis who portray and voice Megan. I think that deserves the most praise. How they were able to integrate their performances together, I thought was just awesome. I know there's a divisive reaction to the movie's rating as far as it being PG-13. I admit at first when I found out that it was PG-13, I was not happy. I was like, this movie needs to be R. This is a killer doll movie. It needs to be R-rated. But, you know, after seeing it, for me, it didn't really have to be R, but you can kind of tell where the editing was kind of cut away when it should have been. But you know what? I don't care. It was entertaining. It was fun enough. You know, I can get by already. Maybe the sequel, Megan 2.0, maybe it'll be R. And if it's not, hopefully it'll be just as good as this movie was because, like I said, I absolutely loved it. Megan is definitely the best new release of January 23, in my opinion. But yeah, so that's my rating. That's my ranking for the January new releases. I hope you enjoyed it. Stay tuned. I'm gonna be having my ranking for every movie that I saw in January, including old ones and new ones. That's gonna be a pretty big ranking. See, right now I think I'm at like 35 movies. So we'll see. But I hope you enjoyed this. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment down below if you If you like this video, let me know. What were your favorite new releases of January 2023? I love you guys. You guys are the greatest, and I will see you in the next one.